Calculation of surplus cash is the calculation of surplus cash in non-audit service. Geez, how can it be? You're not doing it. You're reviewing it. How can it be? No, okay. No, you're just reviewing it. No, it's not. It's part of the, it's part of the audit. It's part of the financial statements. It's non-audit. Term related party. Would it include the property, at the property management level, property manager whose husband is hired to do maintenance for the project? The PM company is, in some cases, a related party at the ownership level. All right, so HUD wants to know where, between owner and agent, where there's some relationship. If the property manager, it sounds like the property manager is hiring her husband to do some of the maintenance on the project. Yeah, go all the way, disclose that. Keep it clean.
Look, at this point, the question is this a management company and a site manager at the management company hired her husband to provide maintenance services? Or is this the management company, and it's owned by a lady, hired her husband to do maintenance services? There's kind of a difference in opinion there for me. Okay. One would be, and maybe the answer is basically the same. When you sign that management agreement and the certification that goes along with it, you indicate who's going to provide services at the project and whether they're related parties or not. And you certify to who the related parties are. So that management agreement should say, we're going to do maintenance with my husband, James, who's a wonderful tool guy, but he's a related party. And her hiring them, if she's not part of the management, she's just working for the management agent, and she's hired him, she could force the management agent into non-compliance with that agreement by hiring a related party that was not disclosed. Now again, materiality could come into this, but that's the difference in my answer. Either way, and just having gone through a deal 2 days ago where HUD called that into question, we are still dealing with 3 answers or questions on the IOIs on those certs. So those all had to be disclosed. If they were hiring their lawn care service and that was owned by the GP, who was also the GP of the management agent, all those should have been disclosed. So if she's acting on her own to hire her husband, that would be a bigger problem. Either way, it's probably some disclosable item depending on materiality. But if she's working as an employee and hired him, you may want to just comment to the management agent, hey, are you aware this is going on? Because that could have put them in another situation.
The time has come and I must go, but I want to handle number 16 first.
On that. Excuse me. I don't see, maybe I'm missing the point, but if you got a site manager totally unrelated to the management company, and she hires her husband to do
But she's working for the management company,
correct,
right?
But she's not hiring, the management company's going to.
I know.
He's going to be an employee of the management company.
But did they know who he was, all that? That would be the only issue. I'm not disagreeing she can't do it.
The management company hired him. They're he's their
but did they
employee.
know he was her husband? What's that?
Well, let's say they don't.
Then the only issue is, have they disclosed they're using related party entities? And they can hire who they want. I mean, it's more like a service thing, right? So I hire a third party to manage the lawns. Whether they hire maintenance and it's just one guy, if I really am serious, I probably don't get too excited about it. But if they were hiring related parties everywhere and they weren't disclosed, then that's another issue. Well, it's probably too immaterial, right?
If they're both just employees of the management.
Hey, thanks, buddy. All right. See you later. What's that? To the management company or to employees. But those requirements list individuals too, so they're forced to list those. So here's what I would say. Look, we could debate theory on that all day long, right? And how that works and read the agreements and all that. My answer is, if this were me, I'm probably not that interested as long as the management company knows what's going on and they're the related parties, and if that's fine, I'm not going to get excited. It's never going to be disclosed for me unless it was an overall issue. See what I mean? But it's just a question if it ever put them into that position, did they know that? Did they know what they were doing?